Hi guys, it's me, Joseph again, and it's September. So, what does that mean? Well, for my channel, it means this is disco month. So I'm going to be talking about just a couple of disco songs for this month. And this one is not technically a disco song per se, but it's got some interesting it got some interesting sounds to it that make it sound awful lot like disco, like more like a hybrid type disco, country and pop song combined. I mean, even though this song isn't technically a disco song, it still came out in the middle of the decade, 1975. So that's pretty damn close to me, for my taste, to call it a disco song, even though my dad and my aunt don't really consider it disco. But what do they know? They grew up in the decade and they knew what disco was, damn it. So anyway, this song is very interesting. It's but it's called Convoy, and it's got a very special place in my heart. And it was made and performed by, written and performed by C.W. McCall, which sounds like CB radio to me. So I consider this to be like a one-hit wonder by him, because even though he probably did more songs than this one song, I know him for just this one song, and boy, how he is a good one. I love the song, and if you listen to the lyrics of it, it's freaking genius. It's freaking amazing. Because even though the guy is not a trucker himself, he still puts enough terminology in there and a bunch of references that only CB radio heads like myself and the other truckers and policemen and stuff would understand. Like, for example, he refers to the word bears. Now we all know the bears are, the big scary thing in the middle forest, and stuff that you face it, you piss them off with. Go near the baby and stuff. But no, not in this case. A bear in this case refers to police or SWAT people, SWAT members, the vehicle, more or less. So yeah, this thing is awesome, and I'm going to talk about my brief interest in trucking. I would like truckers. I would like big rigs, big motherfucking rigs, and I would like the power behind them, the diesel engines, in Australia they got road trains. I would like the ice road truckers, even when they went on the little off-color thing. I think it was the Peru or something like that, where they would go on mountainous roads instead of the ice roads of Canada and maybe Russia too. And let's see, it was also I played the game 18-wheeler for my YouTube channel as well. They upload the footage, and about there. I bought another game for my Switch, and I can't play it for whatever reason. I can't explain why it is, but yeah. Also, a long time ago when I was in grade school, my teacher, one of my resource room teachers, Mr. McWinney, actually let me run his computer games from the school. Now, I think I was the only special ed person to actually get it from him. Anyway, with an old trucking simulator game for the Apple II, I believe it was. So I played that game so much it froze on me. And this is going way back to when the games were on floppy disks, like where the square was I flopped in the breeze. So yeah, I'm very much into trucking. With the big rig, I especially like tankers. So, what does this guy McCall go by in this song about big, powerful diesel engine, big rigs of torture and death? Rubber duck. Yeah, he goes straight rubber duck. And then his partner in crime on the big wheels of fire and brimstone. His name is Pigpen. Now, I only know one other Pigpen that has that I recognize the name with, and that'd be the Pigpen from Charles Schultz's Charlie Brown. You know, the guy with a little cloud of dust around him. The guy that's really a filthy mess. And that's my Pigpen. So, I actually like this song a lot. Because this guy takes care of his own. He takes care of his buddy Pigpen. Because he always lets him know, you know, what's coming up ahead. How many bears, tanks, and other legal things are going on. Well, legal things, I'm sure that they're probably transporting like illegal goods, like in the game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, where you can call illegal goods and get like a 4 or 5 star wanted level. So just do what I do and go on the rail bridges and the rail tunnels, and then you'll avoid the police for the most part. Anyway, this song is really special because, like I said, it talks about terminology that you probably wouldn't hear unless you were a trucker yourself. For example, they talk about reefer. Now, I think that either they're talking about drugs or what's more plausible is that he's talking about a camper top. You know, when big long camper tops they put on some big rigs, some long distance hauling big rigs. You know, the one that the owner don't keep that on people with, and they're usually made for sleeping and making sure that the driver is comfortable, and maybe a guest too. I'm not gonna say more on that, but they usually carry TVs. They usually carry refrigerators, all that stuff to make a little home away from home. So anyway, they prefer to can with 4 logs, which is kind of self-explanatory. I always like the big rigs that carry logs with the claw machine on them that they pick up the trees and then dump them in the back. The claw determines who will go and who will stay. So anyway, they talk about all the bears in the house, which is obviously reference to the fact that further on down the road there are roadblocks and there are other nasty things there for a convoy of 85 trucks to deal with, which in America most convoys only have, most trucks I should say, have only like 1, maybe 2 trailers on them, But whereas a road train in Australia, since it's so flat and so level, the trucks usually carry about a little more than that, like more like 10, 15 cars. I think that the record is like 20 or 21 different trailers on it. So yeah, big difference. A lot of torque and all that other stuff to be put on strain on the engine, on the cab engine, or whatever. So anyway, I like the whole thing that this guy played into the whole I'm a trucker, even though I'm not really a trucker personality. And also, I like the whole military, like, snare drum in the beginning of the song. I can't do it, but it got like a rhythm, like a military band or a military parade type thing. Which is really cool. Like, more like, because the one person portrayed themselves as precise and always delivering their goods on time and all that stuff. So that's pretty good. Let's see. Yeah, I also gotta give respect for all the female truckers out there. It can't be easy to deal with all the people say that, oh, you can't do this because you're a woman, or oh, blah blah blah, psychology and all that other junk too. So let's see here now. What do I consider to be a disco song? Twice or 3 times in the song, they had like a bunch of female backup singers to say like, we got the convoy trucking across the USA. Convoy. Yeah, I think like in the same vein as say Staying Alive or Disco Inferno. Or even September. And it's actually kind of like that they do that. The Convoy is not really but a magnificent to behold by itself. Like we've all seen them. We all know they're good. I was thinking about using Convoy to make a music video for Convoy from the Vids on the 8th and the second offense too. But with my luck, I'd probably get copyrighted for it and taken down. But let's see here now. Let's see here. There's also a part where they apparently speed up this convoy to break the blockade of the bears and the police and SWAT members, and he puts the hammer down, and that means he puts the pedal in the middle. In layman terms, and it's really quite nice because the way he says like with such volition that he can do it for real. And let's see. So he said that he drives it like a rocket sled on wheels, which is a really nice image. Kind of remind me of that the episode of the Roadrunner and the Coyote, in which he slops his butt down into a rocket sled on wheels, and then goes blue into the sky, and then it blows himself up. And let's see. Oh yeah, that reminds me of he used the term suicide jockey. Possibly a good reference to the cartoon that I just mentioned. But yeah. There's also the notion of that he sees 11 long-haired friends of Jesus That's actually very funny. No relation to me with my locks or anything, but that's very funny, especially because he alludes to it with just alone. He says makes mention that the hippies and being friends of Jesus and all that, but then he mentions a chartreuse microbus, which we all know from history that the microbus was the hippie vehicle of the 60s. I mean, there might have been other vehicles in the decade, but none encapsulated the hippie movement more than the microbus, especially in Futurama. So, yeah. Although, my question, how in the hell could you fit 11 people in there? Unless they were clowns. But that'd be quite funny that he puts it like that. And let's see, so apparently they put the blockade, they go through it, they make the delivery, and even hyping gay and all that. So yeah, I wish that this song is very quite good. Really quite it's really in the mood to see the country and have truckers do the honk thing they do for some people if they're lucky enough. And it's really quite funny. Funny story. My mother, when she was dating my father all those years ago, would go to truck stops with him, and she would be talking with the truckers over there. And she didn't know any better at the time. So my mother said to my dad, they're really nice and stuff to me and all that. The Marie, they think you're a hooker. Of course they're gonna be nice to you. And she was like, oh my god, you're right, yo. I wasn't born yet, so I wouldn't know about that thing, but it was funny as all hell. So anyway, yeah, I like the trucking style. I like seeing them in the, I like to see the country in their shows and stuff, like in Shipping Wars. And my favorite one of the actual truckers was, I like the because let's see here, my favorite guy in the Shipping Wars show was, I can't remember his name, but he was the cranky old man. And he was just very funny. So yeah, I want you guys to let me know if you guys think the song Convoy by G.W. McCall, Michael's, the clothing store, a fabric store. I want you to tell me if you guys think that this counts as a disco song because of all the backup parts. And I'm surprised that they didn't put any sound effects in this song that were like indicative of driving a real big rig, like say the honking of the horn, backup lights, the air pumps for the brakes and I don't know, like me blinking the lights or backlights in Morse code. That would have been fun. Or say gear shifting in rhythm. That would be nice too. Well, get the guy head up, but go on. That would be over budget. So it's forgivable. Anyway, I thank you for watching my video on Convoy by CW McCall. I was T.W. McCall. He did this for Disco Month in September. It was actually real fun. And I like the way they always say it. 5th of June at night. They always truck at night too. Because that's where the least amount of resistance and traffic is at night. And I gotta give truckers everywhere a bunch of credit for doing what they do. Because they are the lifeblood of America. You know, they get all of our electronic devices, our food, our furniture deliveries, etc., etc. So let's do all the people that do trucking for a living. Unfortunately now, it's going to be quite a tough time from somebody that I watch on YouTube that says that it's very quite sucky as far as that goes for trucking. Because somebody in power had to mug around with the supply lines. And we're not gonna make no names here. Anyway, I would invite that guy, Josh, to have a beer with me if he really gets a chance. If you live in Flashlands, New York. So, here to you, Mr. Josh. You are one of the best people on YouTube because you speak the truth. Anyway, yeah. So, I give this song Convoy my happy face seal of approval because the song is great. It teaches people about CB talk, and the big one is everybody knows 10 for good buddy, meaning affirmative, yes, let's go for it, that type of thing. I love trucking. I love big rigs. I'm not gonna play big rig over the road racing because that game is it's unfinished and broken and everything else. You want a good experience to play San Andreas. Trucking mini game in there. That's real good stuff for a junior. Cause I haven't played Big Mother Truckers yet. Let me know how that is. So that's the whole idea about trucks in unison too. You know, like in I saw the movie Tank, and I like the way the law enforcement organized like a bunch of big rigs to try to stop this rogue tank from going anywhere. Yeah, I also think that big rigs, you know, with the campers on them and stuff, have toilets in them too, for when they gotta go. You know, when they gotta go. And the big rig types, I definitely prefer the ones with the engine out in front. The ones that new extinct. Because I think they move here. The more menacing, more tough, and powerful. Anyway, I like the whole microbus behind in the Friends of Jesus. Let's see here, the rockets on wheels, that's a good line too. It remind me of that video from relying the enemy, in which they show the bad guy, yeah. And the bad guy swung like a triple pill and then blasting off down the blast to stretch of the race at the end. Anyway, let's see. If you like what you see here, you can always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also call me or text me for any future information on my future videos at the number 631-707-3707. Or you can follow me on Twitter or X if you prefer. Call that at PNelsonPro. Also, my email is jjsviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, I just want everyone that likes the song, everyone who likes country songs, this is by far my favorite country song if you want to go that way. Now, I would say that blends a little bit of disco in it too, with the instrumentation and with the backup singing and stuff being playing it all out. I'm sure that every trucker out there probably sing the song in the back of their mind to the point that it gets nauseating and repetitive. But I don't care, it's fun. It's a good song. So, as Luke said again, you're very well. It's very important what you guys do, and thank you guys for everything. And peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys and truckers in internet. Sayonara, ciao ciao, auf Wiedersehen, and auf Wiedersehen.